Hey YouTube land, Tech Anders here doing another action figure review. Now before I proceed, I just need to say these reviews are intended for collectors over the age of 13 years. If you're younger than that, you need to ask permission from a parent or guardian to watch videos. Please do so. And this review is for the Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. Now this is I believe it's an Amazon exclusive version of this figure. I could be wrong, but I've only seen it for sale on Amazon. I got this one from Amazon.com. I know it's available on the .co.uk site. And there was two figures that I ordered, but I think there was 3 figures in the wave, or 3 figures that were announced as exclusives. And I was really only interested in 2 of the 3. So the figure that I got is Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Old Ben Kenobi, as depicted in the original very first Star Wars film, A New Hope, episode 4. Is that right? Yes, I think that's right. Yeah, episode 4, A New Hope. Now, if you're wondering why he looks so different to the portrayal of the character on the box art, is because this one, because it's exclusive, is designed to look more like the original Kenner 3 3/4 inch 5 points of articulation figure from way back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, and it comes on this really cool retro style box. So I think this is the artwork that would have been, or the photo that you used on the original one. You can see what's interesting is on the old Kenner box, he actually had a yellow lightsaber as opposed to the blue that was, I think it was fixed in post-production in the film, and they never updated the image that they'd given to Kenner for the figure boxes. So you can see on the back he actually has the right color saber that he's known for. So you have 1977, 1971 Lucasfilm, 1977 to 83 is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, gives a kind of timeline. Then you got the Star Wars Legends in 1991, and you got Episode 1, Episode 2, 3, and you got Clone Wars, Rebels, Rogue One, Solo movie, all the way up to 50 years of Lucasfilm, with figures inspired by original Star Wars trilogy. So there's not much on the packaging. Like on the back, it doesn't show the other figures. Now the other figures that they have done, that I know off the top of my head, is there is a Greedo done exactly how he looked in the Kenner line. So the figure for Greedo was quite a bizarre figure. He was a kind of a neon green with the kind of blue skin, or bluish green skin. So instead of looking like he did on screen, he looked pretty different. A lot of the kind of alien figures and stuff like that looked different from their film counterparts, but kids back then didn't care. They saw Star Wars figures and had to have them. And the third figure that I can think of off the top of my head is the Jawa. Never been a big fan of the Jawa figures. The original ones, did they have light up eyes? No, I don't think the original ones had light up eyes. I just remember them coming with the vinyl capes, similar to how they've done this guy. Well, I don't remember they were pretty plain. They were fairly standard orangey color, like like Kenobi here with the cape. Well, I don't remember them coming with weapons or anything like that. I remember having one and it was loose, so I don't remember. And then later they changed the vinyl cape to a soft goods cape at one point, so I know they did that on a later run. So as per Star Wars lore, Kenobi comes with his trademark lightsaber. On the original figure, it would have been embedded in his hand, and his hand would have been outstretched like that, and it would have just slid out in and out on the original figure. Unfortunately, I don't have the original figure. He's probably worth a small fortune these days, but this one will do just as well. Now, he does have the vinyl cape, so I would stress being careful with it when posing him. He has all the articulation of the modern figure. He is basically just a repaint of the modern figure. His lightsaber does disconnect. I have managed to warp it a slight bit when I was pushing it back in. I pushed it back in and nearly doubled back on itself, but it is intended to disconnect. And there is a little clip on his belt, and there is a little ring on the saber, so it's designed, but it's really hard to do it, to get it on his belt. I can just do it on screen without it falling off. Unfortunately, it doesn't want to do it, does it? But there we go. There is a little clip on his belt for him to holster his lightsaber when not in use. I do apologize if you're hearing sounds in the background. It's quite windy over here, so you probably might hear stuff in the background. And then just plug straight back in, and you can wield it quite happily in either hand. I think it works best in the right hand, because that was the one that we originally had the lightsaber in as the figure. But if you're so inclined, it just takes a little bit of finagling. Bear with me a moment. You can get him to wield it in his left. So there is that. Articulation wise, as I said, he does have the articulation as the standard figure, so his arms do rotate, but I would stress be careful with tearing this vinyl cape. He does have a single jointed elbow with a swivel. He has a rotation in the wrist and a hinge on the wrist, so his wrists go in and out on both sides, as opposed to in and out, in on one side and up and down on the other. He does have a waist swivel. Now his legs are a little bit hindered, but you can move his skirt piece out of the way. It does look a bit awkward, but it is slightly better than what the original figure had, which was just entire legs were sculpted to here, and the entire leg would just move back and forward. So he has articulation in the legs, so he can actually do the splits. If I can get his leg to actually do the splits on the other side. Actually no, his leg can only go out on this side, not out at all on the opposite side, because of the way this is sculpted. So he doesn't get much. He can kick out one side at least. He does have a swivel at the top of the thigh. He does have double knee bends, which do go the whole 180, but it is kind of hindered by his skirt piece. This is a softer material, so you have that. And he does have forward, back on the ankles, and a rocker on the ankles. So he does have, interestingly, a good range of movement on his legs. It's just they're a bit hindered. I believe the legs are a reuse of the kind of standard Obi-Wan Kenobi, like the episode 2 and episode 3 style Kenobi. That's why he has all that articulation, but it is hindered. But overall, he's a really nice figure. Oh, and he does have peg holes on the bottom of his feet, so you have something with peg holes on it. Get one of these plates that has a peg hole on it. Just bring in, it doesn't have one. Fortunately, I don't have one to hand. Move the box a bit. There's actually a peg hole back here, and he will actually stand in that quite nicely. So there is that. So he does have peg holes on both feet, and he will stand there quite nicely. He doesn't really need the peg holes to stand. He does stand fairly reasonably without them. But if you just wanted to have them displayed, it is a nice way of doing it. So for additional size comparisons, here he is with Commander Wolf, and here he is with the bog standard Stormtrooper. And I will bring in my tape measure, just so you can see he does stand in around 6 inches. So he is part of the Black Series 6-inch figure line. So before it gets even more windy over here, I think I'll wrap this up pretty quickly. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick video review of Old Ben Kenobi, or Alec Guinness Kenobi, The head sculpt is really well done. Only I've got the articulation on the head. Head is on a ball joint, so can look up and down and rotate side to side. There's no tilt of such. There's a tiny bit of tilt, but it's not really great. But you do have neck rotation as well, so you can get him in some good poses. Unfortunately, he won't be sitting in any vehicles, so if you have something, I think they did a land speeder for Luke. I don't know if he'll actually even fit in that with the way the legs are done, so you might have to make some adjustments for him to sit in it. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video review. As I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoy this. Cheers.